Hi, folks. Welcome to Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden. With me, of course, is head wrestling coach Nate Yetzer. Nate, how's things going?
Great, great. Just busy getting recruiting going, camps, all that stuff. So yeah, it's been busy.
Well, let's back up a little bit. This is our first show since the NCAA tournament. We
Right.
did our last
Yep.
show before the regionals and everything. I wrapped up the regionals going into the NCAA tournament. Let's talk a little bit about the NCAA tournament. You came
Yeah.
out with one All-American, had your first finalist. We've had a lot of firsts over the last couple of years. Logan Meister winning the regionals last year. Logan Meister a couple of years ago being our first guy to go to the NCAA tournament. Now you got your first NCAA finalist in Zach Beckner, 125 pounds. First time you've sent 3 wrestlers to the NCAA tournament. First time you finished this high in the tournament. What, finished
Right.
17th, I think.
Yes, around that, yeah. And then we finished 12th as a dual meet team at the end of the year. I believe that's where we're at, and won a regional title. And overall, it was a great year. A lot of firsts. A lot of looking back. I write goals every year. And when I first took this job, I actually wrote a 5-year goals for each year, and we're right on pace. That goal for this year, believe it or not, was to get our first finalist and to win a regional title. I actually take top 2 in the regional tournament, which we won, and so a lot of great things. And even on top of that, kind of behind the scenes, academically, the best year we ever had academically. First semester and second semester, I'm expecting even better.
Mm-hmm.
So we're moving forward as a program, and a lot of great things happening, and we're right where we need to be, and I think next year we could be even better. So guys are doing a great job.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the individuals.
Absolutely.
First of all, I want to back up into the regionals and everything. An unbelievable finish for you guys. Top team in the region out of 19 teams.
Right.
Guys came out of the first round with like 10 straight wins. Then we picked up in the second round, picked up another 4 or 5 in a row, and had a bunch of pins.
Right.
Set you apart a little bit from the. Put a target on your back basically for the rest of the tournament and everything, and you guys responded well, handled it, came back with a lot of great pins even through the consolation rounds.
Yeah. I think after the first match we were winning the tournament because Beckner had a fall, and I don't think we ever lost a lead after that. So I mean, guys did a great job, and we had a theme all week, and that was to go out there and get bonus points. And if they get put on their back, fighting off their back, not giving up bonus points. And I think that we put a lot of impetus on that for 2 weeks leading up to the regional tournament, and you saw what happened,
Sure.
and our guys, they rallied around each other, which I think is important. Obviously a little bit disappointing finish, getting 4 guys in the 3rd and 4th place match and losing all 4 of those matches.
Right.
Obviously I don't think we were favored in any of them, but to come that close and not punch more than 3 guys through was a little disappointing, but overall just a great tournament. I was really proud of our guys. So.
And you got a relatively young group that's still, you lose some seniors and everything.
Yep.
Let's talk a little about those guys. You got Justin Zimmerman, Logan Meister, Robert Cunningham, Tate Delaney. Pretty good foursome for you. Did a lot of great things over 4 years.
Absolutely.
But you've also got a lot of kids that are coming through, and then the weight classes behind them that are ready, that have been chomping at the bit, that are ready to step into the lineup for you.
Absolutely. I mean, we have 3, 4 really good strong guys that I think will fill in those weights really nicely. Carlos Leiva, obviously a heavyweight. Tate's got big shoes to fill, but Carlos has been in the mix for 3 years. And done all the right things, and he's gonna have a huge spring and a huge summer and be ready to go. And obviously Cliff Harrison, it was 65 for us this year, had a great year back in October, and he's gonna make that drop down to
57.
57.
Replace Meister.
Exactly. Yep.
Okay.
More of but probably a better weight for him.
Okay.
And then obviously Robert Cunningham, 33. I think we have obviously we have Bailey and Zach Beckner, 2 really good guys at 25. One of them's going to go up, and help fill that weight. And so in 84, Adam Bresson graduates in December this year, so he's probably not going to wrestle next year. But we have Max Baker moving up to 84 probably, and we'll have some other guys in the mix there as well too. So I'm excited about where we are, and going forward, I think we have a possibility, based on what I've seen this spring, be better next year. You know what I mean? And just it all depends on the work the guys put in and them coming back ready to go. The NCAA tournament was awesome this year, though, getting Zach Becker in the finals as a freshman, and he wrestled really well and knocked off, I think, 3 seeded guys.
Sure.
He ended up beating the guy that finished 3rd and 4th, at the NCAA tournament.
And he ended up beating overall. He beat a number of ranked kids.
Right, absolutely.
Division II ranked kid. He beat in the semifinals of the regionals. He beat the number 3 or 4 or 5 kid in the nation. So
absolutely.
He's obviously got it done and everything. What's really interesting about him is that he joined your team in January.
Right.
Went undefeated up until he reached the NCAA finals.
Yep, absolutely. Had a great run.
Had a chance at a fireman's dump, and if he gets that against the Malmberg kid,
I don't even know how the kid got out of that. So, but, I mean, it was awesome to break through and get a guy in the finals. That's so important for a program to get on that big stage. And obviously, Colin and sophomore, and then Logan's a senior. They fell 1 point short each, back-to-back matches on the same mat, which was heartbreaking. But Colin has another couple cracks at it, and I think he knows how close he was and what he needs to do to get back to that part. Because nothing's given. He's going to have to earn it again.
Sure.
He's going to have to make some changes if he plans on being an All-American, or even his goal is to be a national champ. So, and he's got the ability to do that as he's shown.
Sure.
Logan obviously ended his career as an All-American. Last year was an All-American, and this year was a three-time national qualifier. Great career, unbelievable career, and had to overcome some adversity throughout his career, and has done a great job. And that's why he's probably going to stick around and help out with the program going forward, which is pretty big for our program.
Yeah, real good ambassador for your program. All your seniors were good ambassadors for the program and everything. Whether or not they had the success that Logan had or not, they were great ambassadors for the program, and I'm looking forward to seeing what those four guys are going to do in life after college and everything.
All four are going to be successful. I mean, they're all great, just unbelievable kids to be around too, and I think it's important, a big part of it. And I think they're going to be missed. There's no doubt, but I do think our team, we have a strong enough leadership now, and we're pretty a close team. So I think we'll recover and move forward, and I'm excited for the future.
Well, I'm excited about one of your seniors leaving the program that might be going up to my alma mater, up in Plymouth State, up in New Hampshire, looking at
just Zimmerman going to be it's going
PT
to
school,
PT school, and Tate's going to work out on a ranch in Colorado,
really,
in Denver. Yeah, I mean, I think I guess he's a cowboy. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
And then, I
pity the horse that he rides, though.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, absolutely. Then Logan,
no disrespect, Tate.
And then Logan obviously is going to help around here. Robert is looking at he's got a few options on his plate, so a lot of great things going on.
Yep. Well, let's move into talking a little bit about recruiting and just in general. How are things going? Are you starting to feel like you're landing some kids?
Yeah, pretty good. Obviously we get kids late. Just being Division III and not being involved for athletic scholarships, but every Division III school runs into the same issues. Right now we're sitting. This year we really try to target more kids. Target kids that fit our program instead of maybe casting a wider net. We've kind of targeted kids, and so we're just kind of sitting back. We got some. April's huge for visits, and after that, I think mid-May we'll have most of our class set. Who we're going to bring in, and which is exciting, and I think it's going to be a good group.
I've seen a lot of the recruits you bringing through and everything. You, Ryan, Paul Biggs, they're bringing people through the Norton Center, walking around campus and everything. So it looks as though you guys are staying pretty busy.
Absolutely, yep. You have to. So it's going good though.
Tell me a little bit about you have your off-season wrestling program, Freestyle and Greco, approved through the NCAA with USA Wrestling.
Right.
Talk a little bit about how that's going.
It's going really well. I mean, the guys have done a great job. I've been out of the room. I've been in and out a little bit. I haven't been in there much. Coach Riggs is kind of in charge of the Blue Ridge Wrestling Club, and has been doing a great job with it. And a great freestyle background. The guys have been working hard, and I think this is the best spring we've ever had as far as weight training and all that stuff. And guys have been doing a great job.
Okay.
A lot of it's on their own, so they do a good job of it. But they've been doing a great job. Proud of them. So.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how that pays off dividends in the future.
Right.
I know some schools are looking at starting these wrestling clubs and everything through USA Wrestling. Okay, a couple other things before we close down. Banquet, you've got a banquet coming up end of April, middle of April?
Yep, April 22nd. It's a Saturday. We just sent out invites not too long ago. And if you can't make it, we encourage people, if they want to help the program out, to maybe sponsor a dinner for our athletes.
Sure.
Or some families who maybe can't afford to come. If anybody has a question about that, they feel free to reach out to me. But letters went out last week, so people should be
get hold of you at nyetzer@ferrum.edu.
Yep, absolutely, yep. And then so that's a great celebration of where we this year's obviously was a fun year.
Sure.
A lot to celebrate, and a lot of big news coming forward from that. So
should be a real good banquet this year.
Yep.
So I'm excited to see that. Talk a little bit about camps. You've got a lot of camps, the Panther Wrestling Camps and everything. Talk a little bit about where you are with those, how people get in touch with you to get their kids involved with that.
So our camp's going to start June 16th. Is the first day of camp, I think, and during that week we have it's June 16th to the 23rd. During that week we have 3 or 4 camps going on at once. We actually have the Gold Camp, which is our team competition / intensive camp, and then on top of that, this year we have a youth and middle school camp going on at the same time.
Okay.
And then the Futures Camp, which is going on kind of the same overlap in the same kind of time. That's for anybody that's interested in wrestling at the next level at college.
Okay.
So it's a great college prep camp, and usually we hold it off for juniors and seniors and guys post grad. So, but then in the end of July, we're adding an intensive camp, the Black Camp. And that's at the end of July. It's about 4 or 5 day camp as well too. So
probably pretty intense.
Yep, absolutely. And then the PantherWrestlingCamps.com is where anybody can go to see all the information, and schedules are up there. How you register, all that stuff's up there, and they are going to fill up fast. I think this is the best response we've ever had for camp. So, if anybody's interested, they need to get on that ASAP. So.
Seems funny about how when you have a great successful year, everybody wants to kind of say, all right, I'm sending my kids over to that camp. They're doing something right.
Yep, absolutely. So, and I think, obviously I'm biased, but I think, we try to do a very good job at camp. It's not just a money maker for us. For us, it's important for, fostering relationships with potential recruits, parents, fans, all that stuff. So, we try to, we do a good job, I think, of making sure that everybody gets their money's worth out of the camp.
Sure. Well, PantherWrestlingCamps.com, folks. That's how you get in touch with Coach Yetzer if you're interested in sending your kids to camp and everything. Nate, I guess this is the end of the season for us and everything. Yep. I want to thank you for 5 years now. We're just finishing up 5 years with Ferrum Wrestling 411. You've been a great co-host with me and everything, and I've really enjoyed working with you on these. I'm looking forward to next year.
Yeah, me too, Gary. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Maybe we'll do one more before school lets out, and maybe bring Zach Beckner on board and a couple of the seniors, and it'd be great.
Okay, folks, you heard it here. We're going to bring Zach Beckner on the show for our next episode of Ferrum Wrestling 411. For Nate Yetzer, I'm Gary Holden. Thanks for being with us today, and have a great weekend.